Here's the rest of the press conference and what Utah State had to say.
No problem. Really? Mr. Hunt, it's your first fumble in a long time.
It's funny because I was thinking that before you just said it. I knew you were going to say something like that.
It's an awkward start.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us this morning. Official press conference of the 2017 Nova Home Loans Arizona Bowl. I am Media Director Eric Rhodes. If you need credentials, I know there's been a lot of questions. See me right after this, and we'll get you taken care of to pick them up.
Coming in.
We'll obviously have Utah State starting, and then we'll get started from there. Anything you need, just let us know. Name plates are in front of there. Doug Hoffman, SID for Utah State, is also here should you have any further questions about them. Gentlemen, thank you for coming. Coach, you with my opening, just with a statement about the week so far.
Okay. Thanks, Eric. Well, first of all, it's been a good week so far. My thanks to Nova Home Loans, the Arizona Bowl Committee, Alan, Ali, and the staff. They've made our staff, our players feel very welcome. It's been a great bowl experience. We've had a few over the last 5 or 6 years, and this ranks right up there with them. And just from the hospitality standpoint, they've treated our players very well, and practice facility's been great. Everything's been very good this whole week, and we've had good work, good practice. Got a lot of work in Logan before we came down here. Obviously, this weather's a little bit better than Logan right now. But we've had good practices. Keno Sports Park, the whole staff over there have been very welcoming, great. And so it's been a good week, and I think actually it's kind of like the end of training camp. You're ready just to play. You're tired of playing against yourselves and practicing against yourselves, and we've done a lot of good on good, best on best while we were back in Logan, and even a little bit this week. And so I think our guys are excited to play the game tomorrow, and it's a opponent that I have a lot of respect for. That coaching staff. Coach Martin and his staff have done a really nice job of the last 5 years of getting this program into a bowl game and competitive. They've got some explosive firepower on offense. The QB, the tailback, and the receiver are legit. They'll be very comparable to some of the best we play. I think it's as comparable to Colorado State probably when you think of those three and the three guys at Colorado State that have played that well at those three positions. And so it's the strength of our defense, which is the secondary, against the strength of their offense, and so that'll be a key matchup tomorrow. But again, my thanks to the bowl committee and everyone. It's been a great week, and with Lawan and Jalen and the rest of our guys, I think they're just excited to play tomorrow. So with that, we'll go ahead and open it up.
Questions, gentlemen?
Okay.
For the players, even missing 1 year of the bowl game, does it kind of bring you back of what it's like to be playing in the postseason again?
Yeah, I just think we can't take things for granted because making a bowl game is a privilege. It's all the hard work, sacrifice that we put in to get 6 wins and to get in a bowl game. So I think it's a privilege that we take seriously.
Coach, New Mexico State hasn't been in a bowl game since 1960, so you know they're going to be pretty fired up for this one. How do you match that level of intensity after such a long drought for them?
I think this game's all about who we are and what we do, just to be honest with you. I don't think them being in a bowl game for 57 years has one bit of bearing on our players. Quite frankly, we had 10 guys on our team that were in the last bowl game. We've had that much turnover. So I think what you're going to see is a Utah State Aggie team with a tremendous amount of passion and excitement, and very honored to be here. Like LaJuan said, we missed last year, and we've been used to going to bowl games. And so I think really deep down inside it gives us a deeper sense of appreciation, respect for the teams that make it to bowl games. But I don't think that you're going to see, well, I promise you, you won't. I mean, our guys are ready to play, and they're excited to be here. I think you're going to see two passionate teams with two good fan bases, and two groups of teams, two teams that are they're good, they're excited to play, and it'll be a clean, hard-fought ball game, and I think that's what you're going to get tomorrow.
One of the big stories all week, Coach, has been New Mexico State bringing whatever it is, 17,000, 20,000 fans. Is it going to be a little strange to have that sort of a crowd at what should be a neutral site game?
No. I mean, it's just, we've gone on the road and won before, and if it ends up being like a road atmosphere, then we're fine. We're absolutely prepared to play like that on offense. I think we've played well on the road. You know, starting from the first game of the year and all the way through. We're a little bit more of a road team. So if tomorrow turns into a road game because of their fan base and how close they are here, then that's great. You know, I think our guys relish that a little bit, and I think, you know, our guys will. We have good fans, and we have fans that'll be there to support us, and we'll play our very best in front of our fans.
Matt, you mentioned some similarities to Colorado State. Is that perhaps the most comparable opponent?
Well, when I say that, Kurt, I meant, you know, from Tyler to Nick Stevens to, you know, Jalil to Gallup, you know, from Dawkins to Scott. That's the comparison. When you say, you look at a team and you go, legit quarterback, legit wideout, and a legit tailback. I mean, the thing I can't get over is the tailback that rushed for 800-900 yards, right? Something like that. And they only run it 30% of the time. I mean, that to me is really good stats. And so I know our defensive players and our defensive coaches have a tremendous amount of respect for their firepower on offense and what they've done. And that's the comparison, only because you kind of got a three-headed monster and they're all three seniors. I just saw some correlations between Colorado State.
Jalen, can you talk about their offense and what you expect there from the secondary?
Well, we just expect to be a challenge between the secondary and the receivers, so we take that as a challenge, so that's what we're going to do. We're just going to battle with them all night.
One, they obviously bring a lot of pressure. Quarterback, they had 11 sacks against Idaho earlier this season. How excited are you that might potentially open up some opportunities for you guys in the running game?
Oh, I'm very excited. We just got to get everything ID'd up front, collect all the movement, because they like to do a lot of movement, bring a lot of business, like you said. So we can just get that ID'd right, and it should be some creases that open up for me.
One, Jalen, can you talk about playing your last game in a bowl game? You guys have been started for 4 years, and Jalen missed out on your first bowl game experience.
Well, you know, it's the last one. You know, I just want to send it out right, send out the Aggie fans, Aggie Nation, with a win. So just so I can just leave back some for the young guys, so they can know how it feels to win in the bowl game, so they can just try to come back each and every year and do the same thing.
Like he said, we're trying to end out on a good note, and I'm just grateful to be in a bowl game in my senior year, because last year I could have been a senior and not make a bowl game. So I'm very grateful for this opportunity to play a bowl game, and I just want to end it right with the win.
For the players, impressions on Tucson after having been here 2 days?
Oh, it's a nice little town. Kind of compares to Logan a little bit with the little rodeos we went to last night. You know? That was a fun little thing.
Yeah. I agree with Jalen.
Matt, when you said 10 players,
Yeah, yeah. And we've had so much turnover on this team. I mean, 60% of our very last recruiting class is playing. I mean, the one we signed last February is playing right now today. I mean, against Air Force, last game of the year, we only started 4 seniors, and there's 2 of them right here. And so we're going to have a lot of guys returning, over 50-some lettermen for next year. So we've had a lot of turnover since that Potato Bowl game in 2015. And so when I say that, there's only those guys that have played in that game. There's not very many of them. So I think what you do is you've got, whether it's junior college transfers, you've got some young freshmen, redshirt freshmen. We've got a lot of young guys playing in their first bowl game. That's why when the question was asked, I reacted the way I did, because quite frankly, we've got a lot of guys that this was their very first bowl game experience. And so what gets lost is the fact that Utah State has been in bowl games 6 out of our last 7 years. But this current team has not really, they didn't experience the run from 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, the 5 straight. So I think what you see is a very youthful enthusiasm, enjoying the bowl week, enjoying practicing. That's the thing that I've been really impressed. These 2 guys have done a great job of leading, and they're 2 captains. Is just when it's time to practice and time to grind, they go and they enjoy practice, and I think that's been very evident. They've handled themselves well all week. We've had hardly any issues, 0 issues, and when it's time to practice, I think they've done it, and they enjoyed last night, and they've enjoyed some of the bowl festivities. But I do think you've got a very youthful team in Utah State that is excited to be in a bowl game, and I think we're actually kind of experiencing it in some ways for the first time.
For both Juan and Jalen, when you go to bowls, you can get a chance to give back to the community. You had a chance to visit the Children's Hospital yesterday. I just wanted to ask you how much you look forward to those opportunities and how much they mean to you personally.
Oh, it's good. Anytime that we can give back to the community and show them that we care, it's always a big experience and big thing for us.
You know, there's a lot of children out there who look up to us and like want to be us. So it's give us opportunity to just like talk to them and just show them like who we are and everything we can do for them.
Any more questions, anybody?
Kind of along those lines, you guys had 2 Aggie alums, I think, come to practice the other day. Can you talk a little bit about those 2 people?
Yeah.
Kind of story about
Yeah, Eli and Evan, and their parents are from Logan, Utah State. The fact they went to Utah State right before I did, just a few years before me, and so you have some commonality and you got a common ground, and they've moved here to Tucson, and they're 2 special young men that are growing up in a family that loves Utah State, and it's it really wasn't part of our special spectator program, but we do a special spectator program in Logan, and we do it on the Thursday before every home game. And so we honor a family, usually in the community or in Cache Valley. Couple times I think it's been Salt Lake, but they're just opportunities, like Jalen said, for us to give back. To whom much is given, much is expected. So I think, as a coach, I want to show that and provide those opportunities for our players. And it's always interesting that you do something like that to help a family out or help kids out, and just to give them a breath of fresh air, really. And it ends up having more of an impact on us, And so we're very thankful for our talents, our abilities. The fact that I get to coach at Utah State, and these guys get to play and represent our university. And anyway, it worked out good, and they're here in Tucson, and they got to come watch practice and be around our guys, and hopefully it brightened their day a little bit.
On that note, you had Coach Tomey out to practice the first day.
I
Can you
did.
talk a little about your relationship with him?
Sure. Just really over the last 5 years, I've gotten to know Coach Tomey through, kind of a mutual event that we both go to every year. And he's just kind of put his arm around me and mentored me a little bit. And, he being here in Tucson, it just kind of worked out. And There's a connection with Dave Craigthorpe, Kurt's dad, coached against each other in the, was it the Pac-10 at that time? Yeah. You know, they're used to doing this, and then I think they kind of put their arms around each other the other day at practice. That's not why I did it, but just to have him, you know, I just asked him to share some of his bowl experiences because he's certainly been to a lot of bowl experiences, and for him to get a share in front of our players, I think was interesting, because it was interesting that what he said was the same thing we've been saying all week, and I didn't even tell him what to say, and it just comes out of a different mouth of experience, and a lot of respect from me to Coach Tomey, and I think it was good for our players to kind of hear that message from another man.
Any other questions? All right, thank you, gentlemen.
Okay,
Appreciate it.
thank you guys.
We can have you guys stay. We're going to take pictures with you guys in the trophy
Sure,
real quick.
no problem.
We're going to put it right here.
Oh.
Wouldn't mind standing up. You got your mic.
Oh, stand up.
Gentlemen.
Yep, not a problem.
Thank you. You guys grab your mics if you wouldn't mind, please. This happens to you guys all the time, right? All right, and Coach, just you with the trophy, please. Okay. Thank you, gentlemen.
Just right here.
Yeah, you just get to stand there and look pretty.
I want to pick it up.
Bad luck.
You can hold it,
Side
yeah.
cover jeans right there, isn't it?
I'm only gonna tell you what to do. Bye.
Good.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks for showing. Always grab some face. All right, thank you guys. New Mexico State will be here at 11, so about 40 minutes. These two, we have their credentials. We have their Thanks, guys. Yes, as long as you're not in the way.
Can I just pretend like I got drafted in the first round?
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to thank everybody.
Mike's like the academy.
Good to see you again, man. How are you?
Well, thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed that, why don't you push that like button that lets me know that you enjoy what I'm doing. If you really like it, go ahead and click that subscribe button. I'm going to have more videos like this to come, more sports stuff. I also do a So This Happened show. Going to try to get that rolling this upcoming new year. Thank you again for stopping by and watching this, and I'll catch you in the next video.